Am I the a hole for planning an underwater wedding and expecting my guests to pay? Today, we're diving into the Am I the A hole series, which is my favorite videos to watch on YouTube. And I just thought it would be a great idea to like inculcate diving into a wedding series sort of thing. And just FYI, I actually hate the concept of getting married underwater. I think it's extremely unnecessary, but that's just my opinion.
That's my opinion!
People doing it, good for them. So this is just me reading out an Am I the A hole diving edition post. So moving on, my fiance and I wanted a wedding that was completely different from the norm. Instead of a traditional ceremony, we decided on something unforgettable, getting married underwater. The ceremony will take place in a small lagoon that's about 3 hours from the nearest airport, with part of the journey requiring off road travel. It's definitely not the easiest location to reach, but that's part of why we love it because it's quite secluded. Okay, I mean, unless you're in a dive town or a dive destination, getting to dive sites is usually off road. It's usually quite remote because that's where the best sites are. So it does make sense that like the journey to the destination is off road and is not the easiest to get to. Anyway, after the ceremony, we're planning a very simple celebration. We'll provide snacks, things like bagels and apple juice, but there won't be a formal reception. Okay, so there really is nothing formal about this wedding. If you're having a wedding underwater, I don't think that would be considered as formal. But I know for a fact that after a dive, all divers are extremely hungry. And having just bagels and apple juice may not be the best choice for food for divers because I think bagels are really dry. So maybe it's not the best thing to serve. Also, I feel people need to understand that a marriage is for you for sure, but a wedding is a celebration of you and your partner and the guests that you invite. They're celebrating you and they're celebrating with you. So the very least you would give back is just something nicer to eat, something more variety, maybe. Like, you do not have to have alcohol in the wedding. Like, it's okay if it's an alcohol free wedding, that's completely fine. But just having two options after a dive seems doesn't seem like the most polite thing to do. Shortly after, my fiance and I will head off on a hiking trip around the lagoon with our photographer while our guests stay behind. To keep everyone entertained, we're organizing a casual movie setup with a double feature, The Little Mermaid and Free Willy, along with large drinks and popcorn for everyone attending. Okay, Free Willy, for those of you who do not know, is a very intense movie and it somehow does have a happy ending, but it is, I would say it would be a great movie for to make people watch from an educational point of view. But making your wedding guests watch such an emotionally intense movie like Free Willy sounds like, I mean, at least that's not something I would want to attend. I would definitely want to see my close friends get married for sure, but to then be subjected to Free Willy and just cry my eyes out seems like something I would not want to do, and honestly does not seem the most wedding appropriate. I feel like this entire wedding plan or just this entire dive plan seems great for a children's party, 10 years and older, because you have to be at least 10 years old to dive. So I think this would be great as long as they're not playing Free Willy though. But anyway, so here's where the conflict started. My sister told me that if we're asking people to attend a scuba wedding, we should be paying for their oxygen tanks, masks, wetsuits, and other diving gear rentals. When I looked into it, the cost was overwhelming. Covering everyone's equipment would easily add tens of thousands of dollars to the budget. I mean, that also depends on how many guests you're inviting, but reading this post, I feel like OP is not really an experienced diver, and the reason for that is because they say oxygen tanks, and it's a common mistake newbie divers make. It's an air tank or nitrox, if you will, but it's not an oxygen tank. And I feel like the way OP is written this, it just feels like they are new to this adventure sport, and I don't think it's the best thing as a newbie to have your to have your wedding underwater. I actually have a story about this, which I'll say at the end of finishing this post. But yeah, I think it's not the wisest. Anyway, it's also not necessarily cheap to rent dive equipment based on where you are, and there is no location given as to where the diving is taking place. But it is not expensive renting dive equipment. However, if you are not paying for entertainment, food, outfits, nothing, then the very least, at least if I were in OP space, I would cover the equipment rental, especially since I'm having guests from outside come, they're taking off-road travel, and they're coming just to see me get married and watch Free Willy and have bagels. So I think the very least I would do that. Or if not, if I could not afford that, I would maybe ask them to pay for their equipment rentals and then not expect a wedding gift. So if that's on the table, then I think it's okay. So anyway, moving on. From our perspective, this is already a destination style wedding with a very specific theme. Guests will need to arrange their own travel and diving requirements just like any other destination or activity based event. My sister strongly disagrees and says it's rude to expect guests to pay for their own scuba equipment just to attend our wedding. So now I'm wondering, are we being a-holes for not covering the cost of everyone's diving gear? Yes, you are being an a-hole, but not for expecting them to pay the equipment rental. If it's just for one dive and if you're not expecting a gift. But I think you are being an a-hole for organizing a wedding like this. It seems very inconvenient for your guests to do that entire travel, to spend 50% of their dive time watch you get married, which means that they're going to have to be in a stationary position just to finish, like, probably exchanging rings, maybe kissing underwater, and then maybe continuing with their dive. But after that, um there really is nothing for them to do, because the main event, like the main people of the wedding, are then going on a hike, and they're just going to be on their own watching movies and eating popcorn and bagels. So I don't think I don't think you're an a-hole for expecting them to pay for equipment rental, because equipment rental for just one dive can be anywhere between $50 to $100, which I think a close friend would spend that much on a wedding gift. So I think that is not the reason you're the a-hole. You're the a-hole for planning a wedding like this. I also feel that the way OP is written all this, I feel like they just want to be with their partner and go for a dive and a hike, which I think is great. And I really don't think they want to have a lot of people at this wedding anyway. And just because it is your wedding, it is your marriage, I don't think you should be subjecting people you love to something like this. So, according to me, I think you are the a hole, not for expecting your guests to pay for the equipment, but just the way you've planned this. I feel like you haven't really considered them. And whether you like it or not, a wedding is for your guests. A marriage is for you, but a wedding is, if you're going to throw a party, you might want to consider what's best for your guests as well. So about the story time I was telling you guys about, it's about the very first wedding that happened underwater in India, and this is a couple of years ago when I first started working for a dive center. A couple came in and they really wanted to get married underwater, so the dive center made it happen. And the husband, he was a certified diver. He did have a couple of dives under his belt. However, his to be wife was not even certified. So they got her Discover Scuba Diving rating done. And it wasn't deep, it was 12 meters that they did this. They did the whole wedding ceremony thing. And she was in her full attire. She was in a sari underwater, and he was in his wedding clothes underwater. And I just feel that as newbie divers, I think it's really irresponsible. I think it's also irresponsible for the dive center to be, doing this, because anything can happen, right? Scuba diving is one of the most safest adventure sports. But it's the little things, like any little thing could happen. And this was such a newbie diver, but it was all done for the photos and videos. And the couple's reasoning for why they really wanted to do this was they wanted to promote ocean awareness and pollution in our oceans. But I remember thinking back then, if that is your goal, then why not just organize a beach cleanup or organize an underwater cleanup? Those things can be organized. You can do that, and you're actually removing trash from the ocean that way. You're promoting it in the best possible way ever. But I'm also a cynic. I'm just not the biggest fan of getting married underwater. But to be fair, it's also my place of work, so it's like getting married in your office. So yeah, that's where I stand on it. But yeah, this was the story. But it also gave me an idea that if I were to ever get married and have a bachelorette party, then most of my girlfriends are certified divers and they're really good divers as well. So I'd probably have it at a dive destination, and one of our dives would definitely be an underwater cleanup dive. So we would go in, we'd spend the whole dive just collecting trash from the ocean and disposing it off correctly. And I think that would be something I would really want, because the ocean is a huge part of my life, and I would definitely want to give back. So if you've actually watched the video all the way till here, thank you. I hope you consider liking the video. It would mean a lot. And so far, I think only my boyfriend actually finishes these videos. So hi, Tanya.